Okie dokie then. So, I'm a little late on this review because I'm actually supposed to be studying for my finals right now, but I'm gonna try to do this review as fast as I can so I can go back. Anyways, Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter. Um, I know this movie got some negative reviews um, and it's not hard to see why. I mean, the concept is kind of weird. I mean, when I first saw the book, I thought it was sort of a comedy. I think it was a comedy. I don't remember, but this is definitely something that I don't think was supposed to be meant to be serious. But I I haven't read the book, so I can't compare it to the book. But if you want my honest opinion, I think the critics are being a little too harsh on this movie. It's because okay, the movie wasn't a masterpiece. It was far from like the best movie ever. But for what it was, it's it was an entertaining experience in the theaters for me at least, and my family. But anyways, the good things about this movie are acting wasn't too bad. I kind of thought was it Mary Elizabeth Winstead? I don't remember the actress's name, but uh, the girl who played Abraham Lincoln's wife, like she was kind of okay, sorta. I felt like she was a little overreacting in one scene, but and Abraham Lincoln, the guy who played Abraham Lincoln, was alright. Howard Stark was alright, and yeah, everyone was really just alright. I mean, I think the one guy that I actually liked for his performance, like the one guy that I that stood out to me in terms of like acting and presence, was the one black guy in the whole movie. The guy who played the lead villain in 8 Mile. I forgot his name, but um can't believe I recognize him from 8 Mile. But anyways, I actually like that guy the best for some reason. He didn't even have like that big a role. I mean, compared to like Abraham Lincoln or Howard Stark. I mean, like um it felt to me that the minor cast was more that did a better job than the major cast, which is never really a good job in the movie. And I know I said good points first, but it's sort of both a good and a bad point. Yeah. And another thing I can comment on uh as a good and bad point, the action scenes. I mean, the action scenes were pretty cool. I mean, like the train scene was actually really kind of cool, but um the problem for me here is the use of slow-mo. I mean, like, you can use slow-mo. I actually like the use of slow-mo, but it had that they kind of overdid it sometimes with the slow-mo, because like I kind of had flashbacks to 300 where it's like you have this intense battle scene, all you want to see is like chaos, and it like one hit slow, one hit slow, one hit slow down. It's like it at first it's okay, and then after a while it gets really annoying. But they make up for it by like he does do some like tricks with the axe that do look that you might maybe not have caught if he done it at regular speed. So maybe that's the reason why there's so many slow mos. But um, that's I just felt like they could have not overdone with the slow mos much. Um, and any other points? But okay, the main I forgot to gloss over the main point. But the main point that everyone seems to have a problem with is the fact that this movie takes itself too seriously. And my response to that is, I'm used to reading comic books and like I've watched comic book movies, so it's like I'm not really affected by this like changing of history. I mean, like we have a movie like Inglourious Bastards, but which like it shows that Hitler's getting slaughtered, and it's like it's okay to change history because it's a movie. I mean, like okay, that gives out the wrong message. I'm trying to not compare it to Inglourious Bastards. I'm just saying like for this kind of movie, the book is intentionally silly. It's not like, it's not supposed to be something to be taken seriously, but it's kind of like like a comic book kind of thing, where it's like the comic books are ridiculous, but they're meant to be ridiculous. I mean, like, it's the kind of ridiculousness that you'd expect from a comic book. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like it's crazy, but it's like you accept it because it's like this. It's like it's an alternate reality. You're allowed to just like accept it for what it is. I mean, it's silly to think like this is the president killing vampires, but just think of it as like a comic book. Like I can't stress that enough. It's like it's kind of hard for me to like use this defense, but that's the defense I'm using. Like think of this as like a comic book adaptation. It it has all the weird silliness, but it doesn't take itself too seriously to the point where you're out of it. Like, but it's still serious enough. That's what I'm trying to get at. Right? So, I don't know. Maybe you might have a problem with how serious this movie is. I didn't really have a problem with how serious the movie was. Like, I thought it added to the whole effect of the movie. And also I actually like vampire fiction around this time period. So like like 1800s, early 1900s kind of thing. So it's like I didn't really have a problem with taking this movie seriously. So um outside of that, the movie wasn't too bad. It wasn't that good. It was like it's hit or miss. For me, I didn't really hate it. I mean, it could have been a little bit it could have been better, but it's like it wasn't the worst thing I ever watched. So it's like it was a fun time in theater for me anyway. So maybe I give it like a B minus, C plus, whatever. So yeah, that's all I have to say about Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.